Hello students, welcome back to my lecture series on finite element and computer-aided engineering. In today's lecture, we will discuss finite element formulation. In finite element formulation, we try to find out the numerical solution to the simplified mathematical models which are governed by differential equations. There are different approximation methods which are available to find out these approximate solutions, which are weighted residual method, variational method or relative method, and principle of minimum potential energy. Weighted residual method, in step 1 we try to assume a trial or guess solution function, and this function is such that all the boundary conditions are satisfied. In step 2 we try to find the domain residual because the assumed trial solution does not satisfy the differential equations exactly, and it leaves behind some domain residual or error in satisfying differential equation. In step 3 we try to minimize this error or domain residual uh, because the domain residual varies from point to point within the domain, and it cannot be exactly reduced to zero everywhere. So we can choose to make it vanish at a selected point within the domain, and either it should be vanishes or it should be as small as possible. So the weighted sum of the domain residual computed over the entire domain is rendered to zero or very small. So the accuracy of the assumed trial solution can be improved by taking higher order terms, because if we are having a single continuous trial function, and if we want that it should be valid over the entire domain and satisfy all the boundary conditions, so it is a very trivial task. So instead of that, we prefer to discretize the domain into several segments called finite elements and use several piecewise continuous trial functions, so that we can validate these trial functions on within a segment or finite element. So these trial functions used in each segment or finite element are known as interpolation functions or element level interpolation functions or element level shape functions. And these are used to interpolate the value of field variables at an interior point within the element from its value at certain key points called nodes in the element. So with these shape functions, the weighted sum of the domain residual is computed for each element and then summed over all the elements to obtain the weighted sum for the entire domain. So let's quickly take one example based on weighted residual method. The example states that we are having a uniform rod subjected to a uniform axial load Q0. The bar has a length capital L, and all the deformations are measured with respect to the fixed support. So the governing differential equation we are having for this kind of geometry and loading arrangement is AE d square u by dx square plus Q0 equal to 0, with the boundary condition u equal to 0 at x equal to 0 and du by dx is 0 at x equal to L. So following the steps as stated previously, in step 1 we try to assume a trial or guess solution in the form of a polynomial, and we are taking here ux equal to c0 plus c1x plus c2x square, where we have to determine the constant c0, c1 and c2. Now to determine the constant, we have to satisfy the boundary conditions. So we take first boundary condition, which is given u is equal to 0 at x equal to 0. So by putting this boundary condition into the equation, we will get the value of first constant, that is c0 is coming out to be 0. Now if we want to put the second boundary condition, we have to take the differentiation of ux equal to c0 plus c1x plus c2x square. So with respect to x, if we differentiate it, we will get 0 plus c1 plus twice c2x. So ultimately du by dx come out to be c1 plus twice c2x. Putting the boundary condition in this equation, we will get c1, the value of c1, that is equal to minus 2 c2 L square. Now we are having values of two constants c0 and c1. So putting back this value of c0 and c1 into the our original expression of the deformation u, we will get the equation of ux as c2 plus x square minus twice L square x. Since the trial solution contains only one free parameter C2, therefore it is called as one parameter solution. Now in step 2, we try to find out the domain residual by substituting the value of d square u by dx square in governing differential equation. So as you can see that the value of d square u by dx square is come out to be twice C2. So we put twice C2 in the governing differential equation. So in step 3, we try to minimize the residual Since there is only one residual to be minimized and one parameter is to be determined, we readily solve for undetermined coefficient by setting up the residual equal to 0. So putting residual equal to 0 gives a value of this third coefficient C2 is equal to minus Q0 upon twice AE. Now if we put the values of C0, C1 and C2 again back into our original assumed or trial solution, we will get the final solution of for ux of the form ux equal to q0 upon twice ae into twice xl minus x square. So this will be our final solution for the problem. So in the next lecture we'll discuss a few more methods related to finite element method. Thank you, students.